In the last video, I talked about designing kicks depending on the situation. There's another factor that can really shape the character of a kick, and that's the space that it's in. This can really transform a drum, but also easily destroy it. By destroying it, I mean the tail can ring out far too long, it can introduce stereo that you may not want, or it can ruin the sub by washing out the bottom end, amongst other issues. That being said, this technique can be nice for several genres, ranging from future bass to trap, hip hop, really anywhere where you want this unique character added to a drum. This technique is best demonstrated, so let's dive in. So I wanted to take the kick we were working on last video and turn it into something bigger and more cinematic, or simply fill it out a little more. In this way, space can play a massive role. Watch what happens when I play around with reverb. Some examples may seem undesirable because it may ring out too long or damage the sub as mentioned before, but if you strategically manipulate this sound, its length, its tone, its character, for example, you could remove the sub, you can blend it in nicer and really change the character of your drum. I'm going to play around here and show you how I might achieve a result I like, blending it with effects for a more desirable result. I really like the sound of that, but the pre-delay is making it too late. So I'm actually going to resample it. Perfect. Now we can better line it up with the original. Something like that. It's a little more accurate. We can fade it in. Again, remove the sub. Perhaps we don't want it to ring out as long, so we could fade it in. Let's further sculpt it with EQ. And let's try some processing to blend it together. Ableton's drum bus is always fun. If it's too boomy on the sides, don't be afraid to do mid-side processing too. See how that's just got a completely different character now? And it can be really tight. Almost filling the role of a punch. See how it gives the kick like a really cool stereo field? Those are two radically different sounds, which is radically different than whatever this was. And again, you could have all three versions in a track too. You can also find samples with tails you like to layer in. For example, I could take this taiko-esque drum, pitch it to taste, and EQ it to taste. I could take a crazy cinematic taiko sound, play around with that. It completely changes it. The nice thing is with this, you can go pretty extreme with like distortion and stuff too. Sometimes I find that's nicer to like really push things together. And again, this is a great way of adding kick drum variation in a song. Some could be wide and roomy, some could be longer, etc. So with this technique and the tips in the previous video, you have all the skills you need to design your perfect kick drum for any situation. I hope this helped. Have fun.